friend, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel if you are already subscribed. Today we are going to be seeing what makes you attractive and what makes you special. So we're going to be talking just a little bit about physical features, but mostly we're going to be focusing on just like your energy, like how that comes across to other people and just how you read kind of in general. So with that being said, with these 4 piles, I do want to say there were some like overlap in the messages today. So if you're drawn to more than one pile, feel free to go ahead and select multiple piles. It is totally okay to do that for this reading. It's really okay to do that for any reading, but especially for this one, you can definitely listen to multiple piles. So the timestamps will be linked in the description box down below, as well as the links to all of my social media and to my website. If you want to get a personal reading from me, it's livingyourbestlight.com. And you can follow me on Instagram if you're interested in doing that. But with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into your reading. Hi, Pile 1. Welcome to your reading. So I pre-shuffled your oracle today, so I'm going to lay them out and then we're going to talk about it. But I already had some really strong messages about you coming through. So we have Alethea here. We have the Kiss. And we have the Creator. The Priestess. The Angel. Believe in the Impossible. Blue Moon. Have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon, and you are rare and free. There are not many like you. Okay, so Pile 1, you're really interesting. The reason why people are attracted to you is because you're a master manifester. Like with this priestess energy coming through, like with the angel, I don't know if some of you identify like with being Christian or with Christianity, but that's coming through strongly. Also, Archangel Michael is coming through really strongly if that is one of your spirit guides. But people really notice, one, that you seem different than other people, and obviously everybody's different, but you march to the beat of your own drum, and I think that people take notice of the way that you manifest things into your life. And that's coming through really strongly with this Creator energy here too. I think that you're definitely the type of person who takes leaps of faith because you believe in yourself and you believe that the universe will catch you. Like you go where you're led, basically. And you're someone who really like, you're the type to like bet on yourself. Even if nobody else is betting on you, like you bet on yourself. And with this Kiss energy here too, like this is the energy you give off to other people. Like, you know that like the like nervous like excitement right before like a first kiss, that's like the energy you make people feel. It's like electrifying to be around you and be within your energy because you're on your path, and when people are on their path, it's really attractive to other people, and people definitely take notice about that with you, that you're on your path essentially. So if you were wondering, just as a side note, if you're on the right track, you're on the right track. Definitely. Also, as extra confirmation, coming through very strongly with your reading, I'm thinking that some of you are Gemini placements, sun, moon, rising, midheaven even, but there's just a strong duality energy to you. And if you're not a Gemini, that could also just be like, maybe you're sort of like a black and white person. Like it's hard for you to see shades of gray. It's something you actively have to work on because your thoughts can be kind of polarizing. Like you really love doing something, you really hate it. There's not a lot of like in between for you. And I think that's true probably for like your jobs, like school, relationships you have. You either want to be all in with things or all out. And people really like that about you. People really respect that about you because you can't entertain anything that doesn't light you up, like that you don't feel passionate about. You don't just want to be going through the motions, and that's really attractive about you. And with this blue moon too, I want to call attention to it, and it's saying like believe in the impossible, because everybody knows the saying like once in a blue moon. That's how rare people think that someone like you is. Like you're once in a blue moon, Pile 1. People in this, like, see, we have the rare and free card here. So like the first word that comes to mind with you that people think of is rare. And I would say a second word is free, because it's a very rare and special thing to be able to live so freely and to listen to yourself when we're always getting these subliminal messages, and maybe not so subliminal messages too, from like the people around us, from like social media, from like what society is telling us to do, like who we should be. You're not concerned with that, and people love that about you. It inspires other people actually to find themselves back onto their path. I think that's really special about you, Pile 1 too. You have like, you're a lighthouse. You're a lighthouse. You show people the way, and there's just such like a light energy associated with you. Like you light other people up so they can continue on their own path. Like even if you don't stay in these people's lives, even this is how like people you're close to feel about you, exes, friends, it doesn't matter, strangers you see on the street. This is the energy you give off to other people, from like the smallest interactions to the deepest interactions you have with other people. You're always coming through with this light and beautiful energy. You're just so like sunshiny. I heard like sunshine in a bottle, but people can tell that you march to the beat of your own drum, and it's really inspiring. And I think you've probably received a lot. Well, that's another thing related to the polarizing. I think that you think you don't want to do anything that you're not absolutely in love with, but also I think that you are really polarizing. I think people either absolutely love you or they absolutely can't stand you. And I think that's because you inspire in the right people, like how they can show up and live authentically who they are, like how they can just be whoever they want to be. They're not embarrassed to be who they are. And so they love that about you. They're like, wow, I want to do what Pile 1 does and not care what other people think of me. But on the opposite, people who can't stand that about you are people who are afraid to be themselves. And they're like, oh, Pile 1's annoying. And that's because they're jealous that you are able to authentically express yourself. So I think you have a really polarizing energy and personality in general. And I think that that's something that's you've probably dealt with for a really long time. But you inspire the right people. You inspire the people who need it, and at a time in their lives where I really think they could use the inspiration. So that's your oracle. Let's keep going here. I love this pile. I love your energy so much. Actually, you know what? I felt called to read the back of this, so I'm going to do it. You may soon encounter a person or events that will benefit you in ways that seem to have angelic origins. You may be called to be an angel. See, that's what I'm saying with that lighthouse energy too. Maybe you guys are doing something, or this would be a good idea if you haven't thought of doing this yet, for the holiday season coming up. Maybe you're volunteering your time, maybe you're giving back to your community. But I think that you would find a lot of happiness in helping other people out, if you're not doing so already. So let's get some messages from the tarot here. Okay, we have the 9 of Pentacles. Let me zoom in a little. The King of Cups. Okay. The Ace of Pentacles. We have some earth and some water energy here. I think you're really like reaping benefits from now. We have the Magician coming through too. Interesting. And that's what I was thinking of with that Creator there too. You have like achieved a level, Pile 1, where you're like doing manifestations on autopilot kind of. And I think that's because you've changed your self-concept, because you think of yourself much more positively now. Things naturally are drawn to you because you're in more of a receiving energy. Like you understand that you deserve it. I'm going to move these up so we can get some clarifiers. But you understand that you deserve it now, so you're not having to like work as hard for your manifestations, I want to say. Because it's just, you're so like in the habit of speaking positively to yourself, or at least like for the most part, you're in the habit of like speaking positively to yourself, that things are just naturally kind of drawn to you. Like good things are attracted to your energy field. We have the Knight of Wands here, clarifying the Nine of Pentacles. Clarify the King of Cups. Oh. We have the Page of Pentacles, clarifying the King of Cups. Some of y'all might be getting into astrology soon, or some of you are already into astrology. We have the Six of Wands, clarifying the Ace of Pentacles here. I think for some of you, being on your path, the careers are going to vary for other people, but I get the sense that your midheaven is associated with making money from teaching or learning philosophy of some kind. Because this card here is saying like teaches philosophy perfectly, brings souls back from the dead. So that reminds me again of that lighthouse energy. Maybe some of y'all are counselors or doctors, preachers, anything like that. Just very much so a healing and like spiritual profession in some way, shape, or form. We have the Hierophant clarifying the Magician. Yes, exactly. You guys are spiritual leaders, and it doesn't matter on what level you're a spiritual leader, but that's going to be where you find a lot of career fulfillment and a lot of like just life fulfillment. That's what your purpose is. Like, and people really, really feel that about you. I feel that about you. And I think that's really, really beautiful. I hope that you know that too. You're very powerful as far as like channeling messages through God. Interesting. Last card here, we have Queen of Wands. Teaches arts and science, tells anything one desires to know, gives dignities, can make any man subject to one's demands, gives good familiars. So what's standing out to me here is tells anything one desires to know. I feel like the reason you give such good advice, Pile 1, is because you're channeling the divine, like you're tapping into that collective unconscious, or you're channeling somebody's spirit guides when you're talking to them. So like if you've ever been talking to somebody and they're like, that's the exact advice I needed to hear, it's because their spirit guides are working through you to tell them the messages that they're not picking up on. Because if that other person you're having a conversation with isn't as tuned into spirituality as maybe you are, you're a vessel, basically. Interesting. So let's get some final messages from this Heart's Hidden Secrets Oracle, and then we'll do a little roll of the story dice. Okay, Spirit, final messages for Pile 1. Okay. We have time, waiting, cycles, moments. You have chemistry, attraction, spark, passion. Somebody's waiting on you, Pile 1. Waiting for the right moment to reach out to you. We have confusion, uncertain, unclear, unsure. Interesting. We'll get clarifiers for these two. Emotional storm, turmoil, unstable, affected. Let's do one more. Okay. Silence, frozen, no words, stonewall. Okay. Interesting energy. This seems like an ex that's coming through, or if not an ex, somebody who's had feelings for you for a really long time and has just never had the opportunity to say anything, because somebody is waiting on the right moment to like reach out to you, and they're unsure how to go about this, but right now they're like going through it. They're going through it, and you're stonewalling them in some sort of way. Like, I don't know if you just don't talk to this person anymore. Okay, we have bluff, under time, pretending, mask, exaggeration. Okay. Chemistry, clarify that for me, Spirit. We have beauty, charming, graceful, kind-hearted. Yeah, so here's the, before I move on to the other ones, really quickly, I want to say this. With the time being clarified by the bluff, like they are waiting to reach out to you, but they're gonna be on some like weird shit. Like exaggeration in particular is standing out to me. I feel like this person's really gonna over exaggerate their feelings for you in order to like reinstate their presence in your life. But this person is really attracted to you because they find you really beautiful. Like they think that you're like exactly their type, and they think that you're a really good person. We have broken, shattered, heartbroken, destroyed, clarifying the confusion. Yeah, okay, so this person's in this like really confusing energy. The emotional storm makes sense too, like right after that too, because they're confused about everything in their life. They really don't know where to go, and I think that's why they're seeking out your energy, because we've established that you're a lighthouse, and so they're trying to like find their way back on their path. Emotional storm being clarified by peace here, balance, harmony, and friendship. This person like wants to return balance back to their life by having you there to kind of, I heard even the score, but like balance the scales more accurately probably. And then clarifying silence, we have influences, attachments, third parties, peers. So there's something like in between like you and this person talking with just like, I don't know, attachments could be anything, third parties could be anything. Just like you're busy with life, they're busy with life, or you straight up just don't want to talk to them. But whatever there is, just know this is going on and be prepared for this person to reach back out to you. Interesting. Because they're looking for that healing energy that you have to offer them. They're looking for that sweet, sweet lighthouse energy. Let's end with the astro dice, or not the astro dice, the story dice here for additional messages. Okay. Okay. We have a crab. This is standing out to me first. This is some like Cancerian energy. Yeah. So some of y'all might be Cancers. If not, you have that hard exterior with the soft underbelly. We have a pill. Some of you guys might be, like I said earlier too, like, I think I said doctors. Some of you might be pharmacists. But again, pills are another symbol for like healing. Like, oh, you know the song Medicine? If you don't, go listen to it. That's your channeled song. Harry Styles did a cover of it. But Medicine, I heard, I'm here to take my medicine. You're medicine for people. They like seek out you to find healing. We have the mushroom here, which is plant medicine. Maybe you do psychedelics, or you're just being with you is like a psychedelic experience, being around you. We have the sun rising on the horizon here of this ocean, and water is a symbol for, I wish this would focus. Water is a symbol for like emotions. And with the sun rising over it, it's kind of like cleansing it in a way, or shining light on certain emotions or emotional experiences. We have this little bag here. I think some of y'all like to have fun, like to have a good time. Maybe you rave, if you know what I mean. Maybe you go out to party and stuff like that, but people really like that about you too, because you're a really fun person. I just heard a ding. Okay, so some of y'all like to experiment with some stuff and go out and have a good time. We have this toucan here. Some of you guys might be stoners. That's all I'm getting with like these last 4 dice is like drug experimenting, which I'm not condoning. I'm just picking up on it. I'm saying that people think that you're a good time because you're like down for anything. People think you're hot too. People think you're like steamy. Interesting. I just saw too, like, you know that scene in Titanic where one of them like presses their hand against the foggy like glass of the car? You're steamy. We have this like little alien gun. Some of y'all might work at an arcade. I'm also thinking like Toy Story, like with the little aliens, like, oh, that makes so much sense. Okay, you saved our life. We are eternally grateful. Yeah, that's kind of the energy people have for you. You saved my life. I am eternally grateful. Okay, we have this little, oh my god, this is like the same person coming through that we were picking up on with the previous messages, because it's like a guy holding out his arms like that, like, oh hey. So Spirit could not be coming through more strongly about that, so be warned about that, pile one. I don't know if you're gonna want to talk to this person. But that is all I have for you. I do hope you enjoyed this reading. You seem like a really, really cool person, and if you did enjoy it, please leave me a like on this video and a comment letting me know if it resonated. If you like my vibe, please stay and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here. But either way, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed week, and I will see you later. Bye. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. So I pre-shuffled your oracle, so we'll get into that first before we dive deeper in with the tarot, some more oracle, and the story dice. So first we have coming out the Witch here. And I'm picking up on such like a Roman or Grecian like vibe to you. I think that you probably have really defined hips, like a really curvy body. Okay, we have the Witch, number 33. Be aware of your reputation, your influence, and your power to create, preserve, or destroy. Powerful women are often misunderstood. You have like such, I'm thinking like Scorpio, like right away, or Sagittarius. We have the Dawn. Do not be discouraged if things look dark and hopeless. The sun rises each day, revealing new possibilities and renewed hope. I think that some of y'all have gotten like too comfortable in the darkness that you forgot like how to go back out into the light. There's this quote too from The Corpse Bride where it's like, I spent so much time in the darkness, like I've forgotten how beautiful the moonlight is. That movie might have some additional, like, interesting messages for you. Ooh, you guys might have been scorned by a lover. You might have had to, like, give somebody up because you knew, like, they weren't for you. We have nothing will come of this situation. Yeah, I think that this has been a period of, like, rest and rejuvenation for you. And then we have, it's time to take action, New Moon Aries. So the most attractive thing about you right now, Pile 2, is that you knew when to walk away from the situation, whether by choice or by force. But you knew that it was time to take your eggs out of the basket and move on because the situation was no longer serving you. And it caused you to go into a deep period of reflection. And I feel like I'm channeling like a lot of quotes in your pile. Maybe you guys are like writers or poets, but I'm thinking of that TikTok sound too. It's from the Love Witch. And she's like, the day he left me was the day I died, but then I was reborn as a witch. I feel like you do a really good job at like taking pain and turning it into power. And if you haven't like gotten the opportunity yet to turn it into power, your time is coming. It is time to take action. But it's really attractive to other people that you're comfortable in your darkness, because a lot of people aren't comfortable in their darkness. I just made a video too, like on the shadow self. A lot of people don't feel comfortable going within themselves to explore those things, so they repress it as deeply as they can. But I don't think that you're that type of person at all. I think that this situation has made you sit with your shadow and understand like where the anxieties and fears you have come from, and really understand them and unpack them so you can better understand yourself and how to move forward from this point. And that's really attractive about you. You're not somebody who is afraid of the darkness. I feel like you're probably, well, we have the witch here too. Some of y'all literally might be witches, but like you're not afraid of like the darker things in life. You're not afraid of like hidden mysteries or secrets or like things that are like taboo. Those are, you probably feel most comfortable in that area. And just as an additional message from Spirit, not necessarily what makes you attractive, Spirit's saying like, it's time for the sun to rise, because we have the dawn here, and then we have the it's time to take action. The period of darkness that you're in is almost over. If it hasn't ended already, it is almost over. It is right there. The sun is rising, and it's time for you to take action from this new perspective that you've had, because you've been in this era of rest and rejuvenation, and that's coming to a close in order for you to continue to the next steps of your life, into a more like being like an active participant in your life instead of just taking a back seat and unpacking things before moving on. And that's totally where you should have been, Pile 2. Don't think that I'm saying that at all. I think you did a great job in sitting with your shadow and understanding yourself, and Spirit is congratulating you for that, and it's saying like, we're coming to get you, babe. Like, it's time for you to decide now what it is that you want to do, because I think that you have a lot more of a clear head now, because maybe you were confused before, but through this period of recharging, you were able to clear up some of that confusion, like get through the fog. We also have the Pilgrim and the Lover here. So with Pilgrim, I'm thinking that some of y'all with this new, like, taking next steps, I think that some of you guys are going to be traveling to foreign lands you've never been to before. Some of you guys are going to be taking a trip, and if maybe not a literal trip to foreign lands, you're going to be entering new territory. You're leaving your previous swimming pool that was like a little teeny tiny thing, and you're going into a bigger ocean. But you're going into new uncharted territory, and whatever that means for you. And people can tell, like, you're right there, like you're right on the precipice of like going on to this new big adventure. And I think that people around you are really rooting for you. Not just people that you're close to, but maybe like if you're in school, like your classmates or your colleagues. For some reason I heard your cousins. But it doesn't even have to be people you're immediately close to. It can be people like mutual friends. But people have seen like the struggles that you have gone through. And it's really attractive to other people who have been through painful experiences when you have been through painful experiences like you have, Pile 2, because it means that you understand the harder things in life. Like, you're not somebody who thinks that love or that light is all just love and light. Like, you understand that there is a duality piece to this, and people really like and respect your understanding and wisdom when it comes to your approach in life, and when it comes to your impact on other people around you. Yeah, definitely your impact on other people around you. Thank you for the confirmation. Because it's not like you're giving unsolicited or uneducated advice. You're giving advice to other people because you've gone through these experiences and you are brave enough to sit with yourself. And that's the number one thing I would say people would describe you as: brave and a trailblazer. Those are the two things that came through. Brave and a trailblazer. You're somebody who's kind of like paving the path for other people behind you to follow. And your energy is different than Pile 1's, because Pile 1 had like this lighthouse energy coming through, but not you, Pile 2. For you, it's more like literally I see you like digging the tunnel out, like you're paving the way. So it feels like more of an uphill battle for you maybe at sometimes, but you know, because of the things that you went through, it makes you in a position to inspire and help other people get through those things. And maybe that's because you have had some people inspire you for you to be able to get through these things. And it's nice to like pass the torch to other people. And people really, really appreciate that about you. I think that you've helped people in your life through some really hard and challenging times by tough love. It's different in the sense of like, you're giving people the messages they need to hear, not the messages they want to hear. You're telling them this is how you do the work. This is how you get better. Like, if you want to get better, you have to put in the work every single day. Okay, that was long-winded. Your last oracle card, though, the nature communication card here. We have flower energies, fairy energies, and elemental messengers. Okay, so I think that you, with this card, like, what comes through for me is you guys having a very, like, alternative, like, appearance. Like, some of you guys might be goth or dressed like a fairy. I know that's, like, really out of the box, but, like, also, like, fun hair, pink hair, specifically red hair, purple hair, or you just have, like, an otherworldly kind of presence to you. It's kind of like Alien, but in like a really attractive way. And people really like this about you. It pulls people in because it pulls the right people in, because you look, interesting. You look interesting. I was going to say approachable, but I don't think you look approachable. I think that you make people curious about you, though. You look like you have a story associated with you. I think people probably manic pixie you a lot. I'm getting Ramona Flowers heavy from this card specifically. So people like really can tell that you have like big lore to you, like a big life story of things that you've been through, and that kind of attracts people who also have big life stories and who think deeply the way that you do. They're attracted to your energy. Okay, so there is your oracle. Let's go ahead and pull some messages from the tarot. I just want to say too, while I'm shuffling this, good job in getting through the hard times, because like I said, they are coming to an end very, very soon. And it's not an easy thing to be brave enough to sit in healing. You could have repressed it, but you didn't. And I want you to give yourself a pat on the back for that. Okay, Spirit, tell me what messages pile 2 needs to hear. We have the 2 of Pentacles. I'm going to zoom in 1 second. Okay. We have the 6 of Swords. Yeah, this one's another message about traveling there too. Some of y'all are definitely going on some trips. Some uncharted waters. You guys know the song, I Can Go the Distance from Hercules? Where it's like, I'll go almost anywhere to find where it is that I belong. We have the Page of Cups. Some of you might be really into herbology or gardening. Okay, we have the Chariot. And now I'm going to get some clarifiers here. This is the energy I like to see, though. Because we have, like, this balance coming through. We have, like, this quick momentum with the travel and the uncharted waters. And then the Chariot, too, as, like, double confirmation for, like, things coming in. Spirit, can you clarify this 2 of Pentacles for me? We have the 4 of Pentacles clarifying. Yeah, so be careful not to, because you've been in this period of healing for so long, be careful not to get, I don't want to say it like this, but I'm going to, like, greedy with your own energy, because I think that you had to learn how to set boundaries very recently. And yeah, there we go. Confirmation. You've learned how to set boundaries very recently, but make sure that you're not being too rigid with them. Like, for example, if you're like, I'm done talking to people at 9 p.m. every single day, no matter what. But then, like, one of your best friends asks you, or somebody who means a lot to you asks you, like, do you want to go out just this one random day? And you're like, no, I absolutely cannot do that. Make sure you're not, like, being too rigid like that. Okay, we have the Empress clarifying the 6 of Swords. Awesome. Yes. So whatever this trip or this uncharted waters is, it's absolutely in line with what it is that's going to bring you confidence. It's going to make you happy. I see you really glowing in this experience. We have the 6 of Wands clarifying the Page of Cups here. The 9th house is being highlighted because, like I said, we have that travel, but I'm also seeing, like, expansion. I'm seeing, like, philosophy, higher education, just learning something new. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles clarifying the Chariot. Yes. So this is you sort of, like, reaping your rewards for healing. And obviously healing in itself is rewarding because you get to shed some of that, like extra stuff that no longer serves you. But this is you being able to, you've put like the heavy things down. Like there's been a weight lifted from your shoulders, and now you're able to grab hold of more things because your hands aren't so full with all this other stuff that you don't need anymore. So we're going to get some messages from this oracle deck here. This can be whatever. We're just going to see what comes through. I really love this deck and I like using it. So we're going to put it in here. Okay. Spirit, tell me about pile 2. Okay, we have pain, apprehensive, afraid, cautious. Oh, interesting. Okay, so you see how, I can't tell if that's a guy or a girl, but I guess it doesn't matter. How they're like turned away and they're like hiding their nakedness, like their vulnerability. Reminds me of this Picasso painting I literally have hanging up, like right off camera. But it shows like a nakedness of, like I said, the vulnerability, and then you being too afraid to express that vulnerability to other people with those boundaries. We have loyalty, trusting, reliability, believing. Okay. Some of you guys might have, like I said, Scorpio placements at the beginning, but Scorpio moon, heavy vibes. Capricorn moon too. We have sorrow, loss, grief, depression. Like I said, though, for whatever reason it is, a lot of people like this about you. Beauty. They think that, like, that your pain and your life story has made you beautiful. But that's not true. You've made you beautiful. That was just some character development. Okay. Then we have hoping, expecting, faith, manifesting. Yeah, see, this is what I like to see too. Like, even though you've been through some shit, pile 2, you haven't lost faith. And I love that we have black and white, color, and then like black and white, but like muted here. You have like a whole range of expression. And I don't know, I think that's really beautiful. I see why other people like that about you. We have return, clarifying pain here, second chance, opportunity, making amends. Okay, yeah, opportunities. Don't let your pain stop you from the opportunities that are about to come. Loyalty, clarify that for me. We have depth, awareness, importance, value. This is Spirit coming through to tell you how we talked about those rigid boundaries. Don't be afraid to give your loyalty to the people who deserve it, to the people who match your energy. Clarify, okay. We have one day, clarifying sorrow, someday, somewhere, another time. So Spirit's saying you can return back to this feeling because I think you're really comfortable in like melancholy. I think because a big part of you romanticizes a little bit, because maybe you've had to be comfortable like that. But Spirit's saying like you can return to this feeling, but you need to put it aside for now because it's time to let it go for the time being. We have karma, clarifying beauty, which is interesting to me. I think for a lot of people, they feel like they've known you in another life. People have probably told you that before. You have a very karmic beauty to you. And maybe also people see you as kind of a righteous hand of justice, like dishing out like return to sender, or just use, when people fuck you over because like you're divinely protected, they suffer the consequences for it. We have trapped, stuck, tied down, captive, clarifying, the expecting, faith, and manifesting. So in a way, Spirit wants you to kind of like tassel yourself to this feeling of hope. Really lean into that feeling of hope right now so it can get you out of this period, but in a way where you're not like married to it, but you're like gracefully like letting it on a leash and letting it like drift away, but you're not like pulling the leash super tightly. Because I feel like you're really, really intense, pile 2, especially with that Scorpio energy. And that's totally fine. But don't let that intensity turn into obsession. Okay, so we're going to finish off with some messages from the story dice. Let's see what's going to come through. And these are just for fun, extra confirmation, so don't worry if it doesn't resonate. Okay. Okay, we have this camera here. Some of you guys might be photographers or models. Interesting. We have this trophy. I think people really see you as like a trophy to be won, which I don't really know if that's necessarily a good thing. I think it can be a good or a bad thing, depending on what exactly they mean by that. Because you're a whole person. You're not just conventionally attractive. We have this crab here too. This came out in pile 1 as well, so I can't remember if I said this or not, but if you felt drawn to pile 1, definitely go check that one out too, because that's so Cancerian energy, but also just it reminds me of a scorpion, like a hard exterior with a soft underbelly. We have this like little dojo here. Man. We have this like little dojo here. For some reason I'm thinking like, when I see this I'm thinking like the Pokemon gyms. So for some reason I'm thinking about like Pokemon. We have this like Viking helmet. Some of you guys might have like big breasts or like big pecs. We have an axe. Have you guys ever seen the movie Pearl? I think it's Pearl. Yeah, where she has the axe. You should go watch that. But like how she's like intense like that. That's the energy you give off. Oh, also the song by, oh my god, I can't think of what the name of it is. They're the same, Insane Clown Posse, I think. It's like My Axe. That reminds me of this. We have the treasure, buried treasure. You don't show your gold, your treasure to just anybody. They have to be special. They have to pass the test. We have a little mushroom here. Some of y'all might go foraging, also like psychedelics, if you guys partake. And then we have this little alien gun here, but I'm thinking like a glue gun for some reason. Some of y'all might be artists or do like crafts. Also, I'm thinking about like sewing. Interesting. Okay, so that is all I have for you, Pile 2. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please leave me a like on this video and leave me a comment letting me know if it resonated with you. And if you like my vibe, please stay and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here. But either way, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed week, and I will see you later. Bye! Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. So I will tell you, I try to film your specific reading like 3 times. So if you're somebody who's really, really busy, this is something that is attractive about you to other people because you balance things really well. You're a really good multitasker. But anyway, I pre-shuffled your oracle, so we're going to get into that first before we dive deeper into the tarot. So first we have the butterfly here. Really beautiful. And the thing I was picking up the most on with this is very conventionally attractive body. I think that this is my pile of athletes. This is my pile of dancers. This is my pile of people who work out and they pay. There's just a heavy attention on specifically the core. Maybe you do Pilates. Okay. We have the mermaid here too. And this is heavy, heavy water sign energy to me. And again, she has a really strong core. Really strong core muscles. There's a big emphasis on the upper body here. You guys might have like, this is so specific, long elegant necks like a swan sort of. And another thing I'm picking up on is your sacral energy. Your sacral chakra energy is really, really strong. Your energy of like creation and like womb energy is very, very strong, and it draws a lot of people in towards you. Maybe a lot of people see you as like an ideal person that they would want to have children with. We have messages for a rabbit here, service to the animal world, and I was getting that impression from you already when I was pulling that oracle card here too. I think animals are really drawn to your energy. They feel safe within your energy. I think that you definitely have a pet and a familiar that's like around you all the time, but animals really, really love you. And I think that you like animals more than other people, because it seems like you're kind of, I don't know if this is the right word to use because I don't mean it in a negative connotation, but like you're kind of like cold and distant from other people. You seem a little bit guarded when it comes to other people, but with animals you're able to like fully show and express your love. We have a fiery climax approaches, full moon Aries. Again, we have like that ram animal energy. Some of you guys might ride horses, which would make sense with like the tight core. We have a win-win outcome is forecast. Very nice. It's interesting to me to see like the Libra and Aries energy here too. So I wonder if some of you guys have North Node Aries or North Node Libra and South Node Aries or South Node Libra. We have the gem. I don't like the way I laid these out. We have the gem and we have the dead end. Okay. Let me zoom out just a little bit. What I love about these two cards here is that they kind of tell a story, right? They kind of go together. Like, it's interesting because the only thing that's really different is this gem is like blocking where the hand is on this card. So that's what I mean when I say like, I think you being like kind of aloof from other people is what makes you like really attractive, because you come across as like, I don't really need or want you to be be around me, because I think that you're really confident and independent in who you are. And even if you're not, it comes across to people that you are. Like, you're very comfortable just doing your own thing. I wouldn't be surprised if you're like a one-woman, one-man show with like an animal and you like do everything with them. That's definitely the energy of this pile. But like, this is what I'm getting here too, like just with you being sort of like aloof from other people and people trying to like reach out to grab you because they see you as like this gem. Because I think it's really common. I don't think this is a bad thing at all, because I'm definitely like more of a social extroverted person. I love people. I love to be around them. But like, more people are like that, I think, than not. Like, they yearn for connection, you know? And I don't think you're someone that really yearns for connection, because you find connection in other things, like in animals, in plants, in nature, whatever it may be. I think a big one for you, though, like I said, is animals, is where you find connection. But when we're like detached from certain things, like you being detached from the need, or not the need, you being detached from like the validation of other people is what draws people in towards you, because you're not like obsessive over it. So by nature, people are more attracted to you. Let me see if there's anything else here. With this Libra energy too, I think that you can be very flirty when you want to, though. And I think that's a big part of this detachment too. Like, maybe you don't even see it as being flirty. Maybe you just see it as like talking, but the other people around you, they read it as flirty. Another thing that's coming through, I know I said like a one woman, one man show and then like an animal. That could also be like a child if you're a single parent, because I just, like I said, get the sense of like balancing a lot of responsibilities. And this is the pile I've had like the most interruptions with. And I think that you get almost annoyed when there's too many things around you like stimulating you. So that's why you prefer to spend time alone. You're kind of like addicted to the feeling of spending time with yourself and being in your own energy, because you know like that's within your control and you can't really control other people. And other people are really like drawn to this about you. Interesting. So let's go ahead and get into the tarot here. We'll see what wants to come through. This is a new deck, so it's still like really hard to shuffle. Oops. I'm gonna take this one. Okay, we have the Page of Pentacles. That's so funny. Literally, it says on here, I felt so called to read it. The last line on here says, gives good familiars. You guys even might work with animals. Okay, we have the Eight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. I'm hearing, I don't know if you guys are bisexual, but or pansexual or whatever, I'm hearing that men and women are both equally as attracted and drawn to your energy in a romantic context and in a friendship context. We have the Knight of Wands. Okay, now I'm going to get some clarifiers. Clarify the Page of Pentacles for me, Spirit. Okay, we have the Ten of Wands clarifying the Page of Pentacles. Interesting. Yeah, so again, that energy coming through so heavily of like juggling responsibilities. I feel like you're somebody who's very busy, and that might be why you spend so much time alone too, is because by the time you're done juggling all your responsibilities for the week, you just want to relax. Like when you finally have a day off, you want to just spend time by yourself. Okay. We have the Ace of Wands clarifying the Eight of Cups here. Red might be a significant color to you. You might wear a lot of red or have a red ink tattoo. I think you're also a very secretive person just by nature, which makes you more attractive. I'm hearing like, especially because I'm hearing like the thing from Mean Girls where it's like, that's why her hair is so big, it's full of secrets. We have the Queen of Pentacles clarifying the Knight of Cups here. You guys are like natural alchemizers, because on this card it says, can turn any metal into gold, transmutes water into wine. You make something out of nothing, and people really admire your ability to get shit done. There's so much like serpenty, like mermaidy energy associated with you too, because we had the mermaid and then we have this card here. So you guys mermaids might be like a significant symbol for you. We have the Tower here clarifying the Knight of Wands. I think that some of you guys might be guarded because of situations and times where you've let other people in the past and it hasn't worked out so well for you. So now you're kind of just like selective about who you give your energy to, which is obviously understandable. Let me see what else we have here. If there's anything I want to specifically point out. How I said too, like the men and women both being attracted to you, I think they like seek you come across as very wise, because I don't think you're a very talky person either. I just have 444. I don't think you're a very talky person. I think that you're someone who only speaks if it's necessary. You don't say stuff that you don't mean, and you don't like to just talk to talk. And this makes you come across as being really wise. So even if you're not somebody who would consider yourself wise, that's how it comes across to other people. Interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead. We're going to shuffle this last oracle deck here, the Heart's Hidden Secrets, get any additional messages from there, and then we'll end off your reading with some story dice. Okay. We have time, waiting, cycles, moments. Interesting. We have sorrow, loss, grief, depression. We have second chance. We have depth. You know what's crazy is so many of these have come out. Like this one came out in pile 1, this one came out in pile 2, and I think this one did too. And it's not like I don't shuffle these cards, but it seems like the collective's on a similar vibe lately. And we have soulmates. Deep love, unity, connection. Interesting. So I'm gonna get a couple clarifiers. I don't think that we need to clarify this whole message because it seems really clear to me that this is somebody that you were once involved with, whether it be romantically or friendship-wise, because I think it's going to be different for everybody. This could even be a familial connection, but somebody is waiting for the right time to try and reconcile this relationship with you because they're really upset how things happened. They're aware of like what went wrong here, what they did wrong, maybe what you did wrong, if that applies to you. And they feel like you're a really deep like soul connection for them. You're very wise, and they really enjoyed like bouncing ideas off of you, like workshopping things. But they feel like stuck at this point in their life. They don't really know what to do or where to go. And they're gonna try and like reconnect with you so you can like tell them what to do. Which I know sounds like it's a lot of pressure to put on you for sure, but that's definitely the impression I'm getting with this. Just to get straight to the point, no bullshit. Like they want to come back into your life so you can tell them like what to do. So, because they miss being around you, but also they mostly miss the advice and the way that you directed them to do things. They didn't have to like think so much for themselves. Interesting. So we're gonna roll the story dice here. Oops. Move that one out, I guess. Okay, we have the crab. This is the third time this has come up today. We have the crab. So lots of like Cancerian energy in the air for some reason. So like I said in the other piles, hard exterior, soft underbelly. Okay, we have, ooh, a bag of money. Some of you guys might be doing really well financially, and this might be a part of the reason why you're spending so much time alone and juggling those responsibilities, because you're in a higher position in your career. You're making more money than you ever have. We have the telescope. I think people are like creeping on you a little bit. Like keeping tabs. From a distance though. We have circus. Some of y'all were dealing with some clowns. Okay, we have this little bacteria. Yeah, I think this is why you love spending so much time alone now, pile 3. Because like I'm hearing like clowns, also like toxic with that like bacteria. Some like toxic people in the past. We have the elephants. Which is interesting to me because elephants are very smart animals. They're very wise animals, and I don't know if this is true or not, but this is what's coming through, so I'm going to take it like that. They never forget a face. They never, like, forget things. They have a very good memory. Just like you. We have the Viking. Heavy Aries energy. With, like, those horns. Okay. Some of you guys might have just watched the Loki show. Loki season 2. And then we also have, lastly, this never wants to focus on this one, but it has a city, a lake, and suburbs. So I think you're at quite a distance from people you used to be around. Like, even like the positive people, I guess. I think you moved away from your hometown. But that is all I have for you today, pile 3. I know that was kind of all over the place, but I just go where I'm guided. So I do hope that you enjoyed this reading. And if it resonated with you, please leave me a comment down below. And if you like my vibe, please stay and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you here. But either way, I hope you have a beautiful and blessed week, and I will see you later. Bye. Hi, pile 4. How's it going? Welcome to your reading. So I pre-shuffled your oracle, so we're going to go into that first, and then we'll get some more messages from the tarot and my story dice. So first we have the Maya. Some of you guys might be Mexican or indigenous. You guys also might do like some sort of beading, because I'm looking at this lizard here and it's definitely like a beaded lizard. Allow past mistakes to help you see through all illusions so you can understand and act upon what you know is real and what is false. Okay, we also have the angel coming through. Some of you guys might be Catholic or Christian. Or you have like angel spirit guides. Okay. We have the tear. Again, we have like beading going on. Interesting. Or like embroidery. Some of you guys might do that. But a big thing that makes you attractive is your connection to your heritage and your roots. So it doesn't matter what ethnicity you are. I know I said like at the beginning I named like Mexican and like indigenous, but regardless of those specific messages, whatever ethnicity you are, your ties to your roots and to your culture are really attractive to other people. You are really proud of where you come from and your culture. We have the Believe, Strange Encounters. Some of you guys might be into like the paranormal in some way. Yeah, some of you guys might be into the paranormal in some way. Or if this is an area of like untapped potential for you, I'm here to tell you, I think that some of you guys are very powerful mediums. You guys might have held like seances in the past, or I just keep seeing like lighting like the candles on an altar. I'm getting like, I'm gonna butcher this, so I'm so sorry. Dias de los Muertos, like celebrations. So like honoring your elders, maybe on an altar, but you're really in tune with the spiritual realm. Whether that be connecting with, that would be a big reason for connecting with your culture and your heritage too, because you're really in tune with like the elders in your family. They're kind of like guiding you. I'm getting like big Moana vibes from this too, in the sense of like, you know how her grandma gives her, at the beginning of the movie when her grandma's like passing away, like she's about to die, she gives her the necklace with like the heart of the ocean. I think that's what it is. So you guys might have received a special like heirloom, and that might be where this beadwork is coming from too. But you're really connected with your family and your culture and your heritage, and it's really attractive because that's something that's really, really important to you, and something that you make the time and space for because you want to show up for it. Like it's the most important thing to you. Okay, we also have Work Through Your Fears, New Moon Scorpio. And we have Prosperity Lies Ahead, New Moon Taurus. Some of you guys might have grown up like on a farm too, or just like, I just get the energy of like with this prosperity too. I'm thinking about like cultivation. I'm thinking about like crops. Maybe you guys garden as well. Interesting. Another thing that's really attractive about you to other people is your ability to investigate and research things. You're somebody who really likes to like nourish their own curiosity, and you're very rooted in like logic and fact. So you'll follow that curiosity, but you want to know the facts. You're not somebody who likes to just know like a blanket statement, this is what happened. You want to know why it happened. Yeah, you're very a naturally good researcher. Some of you guys might be in university as well, or just school of any kind, even like trade school, anything like that. I see you right now as being like an avid learner, and people in this specific environment being like really attracted to you because you're very intelligent. And this makes you stand out. You guys also, I'm picking up so strongly, like, if y'all are involved in any clubs, especially clubs that are related to your heritage, people in these clubs are really attracted to you. There are people that have, like, crushes on you in these clubs, but also, even not in, like, a romantic, like, physical attraction sense, people just find you really intelligent and really, really capable. Maybe you're in, like, a leadership position of these clubs, or just a leadership in your position in life in general, but people find you just to be really capable and really attractive. You're somebody who captivates an audience without trying to, because you're more of a reluctant leader than a leader. You know what I mean? And I mean that by like, you like to lead, but you're not bossy or demanding. You're just a good leader. You inspire other people to want to listen to what you have to say by showing them, like, by example. Really interesting. Okay, so I'll leave that there, and we'll go more into the tarot here. Okay. Oh. Let me give it one more shuffle. These are new, so they're like all weird and stiff. Okay, we have Seven of Wands. We have the Four of Swords. I'll zoom in a little. We have Justice. Six of Pentacles. If you do go to church, like I was saying, for people who are watching this who are Christian or Catholic or any denomination like that, people really like you because you don't pretend to be a perfect Christian. You understand like the messages of the teachings to be that nobody is perfect, but you do your best to be a good Christian, to be a good example for other people. And I think you do a really good job at not coming across as judgmental to other people or pushing your religion on other people. And I think this inspires other people to do the same. So we have the Six of Swords clarifying the Seven of Wands. Okay. We have the Seven of Pentacles clarifying the Four of Swords. And clarify justice for me, Spirit. Okay, we have the Moon. Yeah, definitely. That's so heavy what's coming through here. Like, as far as, even if you're not like a Christian or Catholic, people like that you don't pretend to be a perfect person and that you're very upfront about your emotions with other people in order to like inspire them. Like, you tell other people your story so they can feel more confident taking steps in their own. We have the Queen of Cups clarifying the Six of Pentacles here. Yeah, so again, like, it's coming through. You're very, very intelligent. I think that some of y'all are probably involved mostly in science. So that could be STEM fields or like soft sciences like psych or sociology, social work, stuff like that. But this is my pile of really intelligent people. I think you're a really good writer. You're also really psychic. I don't know if you know this really about you, but like I was saying earlier, I think that you're really naturally a medium and you're channeling, especially channeling your lineage. Because I think that your family members who have passed on are big spirit guides for you. They're very much so like guiding you and protecting you, which is really nice. What else do we have here? Yeah, as far as like another intuitive gift that you have, you tell the truth. You call out the bullshit, really, like with other people. You're not somebody who, even though, like I said, you're not judgmental towards other people, you're also somebody who doesn't let people get away with just saying whatever it is that they want. It's 101, by the way. Very interesting. Okay, so let's get some messages from this oracle deck here, and then we'll go into our story dice. I really like your energy, though, pile 4. You seem you seem like a very interesting person, and I think that's another reason why people are so, like, called to you, is because you're so intelligent, and I think you're really traditionally beautiful as well, and you just have, like, an alluring vibe. Spirit, what else? Okay, we have peace. We have only you. We have mistakes. Intimacy. and heart fog. Okay, this is crazy how many messages today are similar, because like every group is like definitively different in their characteristic, but this has been like largely the same. So let's get into it again, pile 4. With this piece here, you are naturally, I feel like you have a really calming voice, but you bring a really soft energy to other people. You'd have a really good voice for like meditation, but you just have like a calming presence, and honestly sort of like a hypnotic voice, which I think makes a lot of people fall in love with you too. And it's interesting here because I'm feeling like one person come up, but also a lot of people are interested in you, but this person in specific here has not moved on from you, and they're very much so in a victim mindset when it comes to like the connection or relationship that y'all shared, even if it was never like actually a thing. They're very much so like unable to move on from you because they're just like, I don't know, victimizing themselves and telling themselves the story of like a self-fulfilling prophecy of like what went wrong, like what happened. But then we have this intimacy here, and again, this is giving me such like calming vibes, like with this piece. Like people feel like they're truly able to like let down their guard with you, and like lay their head like literally on your lap, because you're just you're a safe person to be around. You feel safe to other people. I also read this as longing. So like there's like a longing to be around you, to be told like a story. I don't know, like if you're good at like telling stories, which makes sense because I picked up on the writing, but they long for that kind of like security. We also have the heart fog here with the mixed signals, blocked emotions, and messed up. I think that this is in relation to a separate person than this person. Doesn't have to be, but if you have a crush on anybody else and they've been giving you the kind of like runaround lately, this is confirming that they're just that this isn't about you, that this is just kind of where they're at. Like they don't really know what they want, and they might not be over their ex or their previous relationship yet. So just so you know. I just saw 1333 too as confirmation on that. So now let's go ahead and get into the story dice. Okay. Let's go ahead and give it a roll. Okay. So we have these puzzle pieces here, which is immediately making me think of how I said the different fields you guys might be in. You might be in social work of some sort, or like special education. You might like to do logic puzzles, literally they're like a Rubik's Cube. This has come out literally in every single reading today. I have no idea why. Literally every single reading. So I'm going to tell you the same thing I told the other 3 piles. You might come across to other people like you have a hard exterior, but you have a soft underbelly. And for you, pile 4, your message is actually a little bit different, because I think that's true to a degree, but I think it's more so other people doing this to you. Because like I said before, you're not afraid to say exactly how you feel. You're not embarrassed of your emotions. So maybe this was like a former you, or this is other people who are showing up for you, but I don't think that you're very guarded. Maybe with like absolute strangers, but I don't think you're embarrassed of your emotions at all. So, okay. Someone might be angry with you guys for some reason. I heard like grin and bear it, like gritting your teeth like through it. Or maybe that's you in relation to like the hard work you have to do. Like you're just a very much like a get it done type of person. We have these gears here, which is interesting with the puzzles, I think. You might like riddles, puzzles, things like that. You like putting things together, taking them apart and putting them back together. This Viking hat, which has also come up in several other of the readings. And for you, I'm kind of seeing it actually as like a robot. You guys might be interested in technology or be in like a STEM field. Don't worry if these don't resonate, by the way. These are just for fun here. But we have the telescope.